music. He was born in 1952 in Pakistan, and he studied MBBS from Sindh University in Hyderabad, Sindh. He did his Master of Philosophy from Karachi University, serving in different colleges as associate professor. He met British for first time in 1971. 10 years later, in 1981, he became actively involved in the movement. And then he started preaching Bhagavad Gita through Gita Sammelan in Pakistan under the guidance of His Holiness Giriraj Swami, His Holiness Raghunath Swami, and His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami. 10 years later, Prabhuji permanently retired from government service in 1991 and moved to India to work under Radhanath Swami until 1995. In 1995, he moved to Vrindavan and he became a part of management until 2004. He was in the management team. During this period, the team reached several milestones, such as during centennial year of Srila Prabhupada. For the first time in the history, Jagannath Rath Yatra was organized in Mathura, with devotees from 108 countries carrying the Similarly, Rath Yatra was organized in Raipur, Indore, Kanpur, Jhansi, Meerut, and Agra. He has been serving in the management of Kumbh Mela since 1988. In 2001, Kumbh Mela, he was very much instrumental in making Lokanath Maharaj as Mahant, so that we have our own place in Kumbh Mela processions. Currently, he is serving as director. From 2001 to 2008, he did a series of discourses in the TV program called Atma through ITV of Mumbai, featured by Sony TV, which is widely viewed by Hindi-speaking audience. He is also the ombudsman for conflict resolution for North India. Since 2004, his focus is completely to preaching and teaching. He has been teaching for Bhakti Shastri, Bhakti Vaibhav, and now also in Bhakti Vedanta, but the VIG courses. And he has been preaching outside India, also in Pakistan, Gulf countries, Russia, Mauritius, sometimes little bit in Europe and America also. We are very grateful for him for being with us time and again. Thank you very much, Sarvabhauma Prabhu. Now you may start.
Hare Krishna, Shakti Shurapi, Dhanyavad, Hare Krishna. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti
Recording in progress.
Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharane Nirvisesha Shunyavadi Paschata Deshatarane Gurave Gaurachandraya Radhikaya Tadalaya Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tadbhaktaya Namo Namaha Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Gurave Gaurachandraya Radhikaya Tadalaya Krishnaya Krishna Bhakta Tadbhaktaya Namo Namaha Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Nashtaprayeshu Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavat Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shlokir Bhaktir Bhavati Nashtaki Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nanda Gopakumaraya Govindaya Namo Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shiva Sadigaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare. Dear devotees, you are all welcome for Bhakti Vedanta study of 10th canto of Srimada Bhagvatam. The 10th canto is the subject matter of Bhagavatam is Ashriya. The other nine subject matter of Bhagavatam are supposed to actually culminate in the 10th subject matter, which is Ashriya. And according to Padma Purana, the 10th canto is the smiling face of Sri Krishna in his transcendental body, limbs of the body. Like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, Bhagavata Sri Krishna Anga. So Anga means part of limbs of the body. So of Sri Krishna's smiling face is 10th canto. We have finished 9th canto, in which is the subject matter of 9th canto? Principally?
Bhakti, Vairagya and Gyaan.
Bhakti, Vairagya, Gyaan. But this is not one of the subject matter of Bhagavatam. Ishanu Katha.
Ishanu Katha, yeah, Ishanu Katha.
Yeah, the subject matter is Ishanu Katha mostly. Ish means Supreme Lord, particularly Lord Ramachandra in Sun dynasty and Lord Sri Krishna in Moon dynasty. They are the two, it's like Purana, Paripurana avatar. And then there are thousands of the devotees of Supreme Lord, which are called Anu, Ish Anu. And Ishanu Katha actually purify the heart of a listener. It's a purification of the heart by hearing Ishanu Katha. And then one is ready to enter into the 10th canto with a purified heart. So in the last section of 9th canto, in couple of verses, there is description of appearance of Lord Krishna along with Balaram. Now then the 9th canto ends, and Parikshit Maharaj, it is 4th day over. It is now 5th day is starting. And Parikshit Maharaj was too eager to know much about Sri Krishna. So with that intention, he is speaking the opening verse of 10th canto. Srila Prabhupada has given the summary of the whole 10th canto, all the chapters in the introduction of this 10th canto. You can read that. Each chapter in few words, Srila Prabhupada has given the description of whole 10th canto, which is divided into two sections. What are the two sections of the 10th canto? One is called Purav Ardha and Uttar Ardha. Purav means first and Uttar means the second or following. So 10th canto has two parts. Purav Ardha is a Brij Leela, which includes Mathura Leela. There are almost 50 chapters. Say over 40. And then there is a Dwarka Leela, which is called Uttar Ardha, or the second half. Now the chapter which we are starting today is the first chapter, and the first 13 verses, 1 to 13, Parikshit requests to hear about the birth and activities of Krishna. He has some other questions also, but principally Parikshit has a deep desire to learn more about activities of Krishna. Why? And that we will know and understand in this section. So we are reading the verse number 1. Shri Raja Uvacha. Kathito Vansa Vistaro Bhavata Soma Suryo Ragyan Chobhyah Vanshyanam Charitam Param Adbhutam. So he's actually Sri Parikshit said, King Parikshit said, my dear Lord, You have elaborately described Bhavata Vistaro Kathita, the density of both moon god and sun god. Soma, Suryoho, Vansa. Vansa means dynasty. With the exalted and wonderful characters, Charitam Param Adbhutam of the kings, Ubhaya Vansayana. So in this verse you can see Parikshit has used the first moon dynasty and then sun. And actually in a ninth canto, sun dynasty is first and then is the moon. So why he has used the word moon, that is your question. So in the purport you have to find out at least 3 reasons why he has used the moon dynasty first. So that is your intention in reading the purport. Srila Prabhupada writes at the end of 9th canto, 24th chapter, Sukdev Goswami summarized the activities of Krishna. He spoke of how Krishna had personally appeared to reduce the burden on the earth, how he had manifested his pastime as a householder, which means Dwarka Leela, and how soon after his birth he had transferred himself to his Birjabhumi Leela, which means from Mathura to Mahavan, Vrindavan. Parikshit Maharaj, being naturally a devotee of Krishna, wanted to hear more about Lord Krishna. Therefore, to encourage Sukdev Goswami to continue speaking about Krishna and give further details, he thanked Sukdev Goswami for having described the activities of Krishna in brief. Sukdev Goswami had said, Jato gata pitra grahad vrajam adhitar artho artha uhatva rupam or ripum hitva rupam ripum shatru, which means enemies. Shuddha Shatani, he has thousands of children. Kirtva uradaraha utapadateshu purushaha kritobhihi savite jatmanam atma nigamam prathayam janeshu. So this is the verse from the last chapter. Supreme Personality of Godhead Sri Krishna, known as Leela Purushottam. So Krishna is Leela Purushottam, Ramchandra is Maryada Purushottam, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Prem Purushottam, because he has brought the love of God. So Leela Purushottam is Sri Krishna is Leela Purushottam. Actually, he is also Prem Purushottam, because Leela Madhuri, Prem Madhuri, Rup Madhuri. So he is all, but here Prabhupada writes Leela Purushottam. Krishna is known as Leela Purushottam and Ramchandra is known as Maryada Purushottam. Maryada means conduct. And then he appeared as a son of Vasudeva, but immediately left his father's home and went to the Vrindavan to expand his loving relation with his confidential devotees. The confidential devotees are ragatmic devotees. Confidential devotees are ragatmic devotees of Braj. And they are of all the 5 rasas, Madhurya, Radharani and Sakhis, Vatsalya, Nanda Baba and Yashoda and other elderly Gopa Gopis. Then Sakharasa, he has Sridhama, Sudama, Madhu Mangal. Then he has Servitude, Raktak, Patrak and others. And then neutrality, there are cows and others of the Vrindavan. So in this way, he has his confidential devotees in Vrindavan. In Vrindavan, the Lord killed many demons. And afterward he returned to Dwarka, where, according to the Vedic principle, he married many wives, who were the best of the women, begot through them hundreds of sons, and performed sacrifices for his own worship to establish the principle of householder life. This is the verse from 9th chapter. The Yadu dynasty belonged to the family descendant from Som. Now is coming why Som once is used first. The moon god. Although the planetary system are so arranged that the sun comes first before the moon, Parikshit Maharaj gave more respect to dynasty of moon god or Som once. Why? Number one, because in the Yadu dynasty described descending from the moon, Krishna had appeared. Because in the moon dynasty Krishna appeared. This is the first reason. There are two different Kshatriya families of the royal order, one descending from the king of moon planet and the other descending from the king of the sun planet. So before I go further, can I ask you a question? So moon dynasty is starting from the Chandra or moon god, and moon god is son of this is in the Atri and Anusuya. In the fourth canto also, the first chapter, this description is there. That Brahma has son Atri. And Atri has three sons, one from Brahma, and he is moon god, one from Shankar, that is Dattatreya, and one from Vishnu, that is, Dattatreya is from Vishnu and Durvasa is from Shankar. So three principal Guna avatar, they appeared as son of Atri and Anusuya. Okay, after the Chandrama, how there is a continuity of the moon dynasty? Go further. Son of moon. So moon is son of Atri. Atri is son of Brahma. And now moon son of moon is Buddha. Buddha is son of moon. And Buddha has a Gandharva Vivaha. Gandharva Vivaha means marriage with the first son of the Sun dynasty, who become in boy to girl in 11th verse. His name was Sadamanyu, now he become Illa. So Buddha married Illa. And then the son born was named Pururva. And from the Pururva, moon dynasty started. Is it okay? So from Pururva, then the Yayati, and Yayati, then Yadu, and then it goes like that. Now one reason Krishna appeared. The other reasons, when the Supreme Personality of Godhead appears, he generally appears in a Kshatriya family because he comes to establish the religion's principle and the life of a righteousness. This can also be questioned, which is not right now, but why mostly Supreme Lord appears in a Kshatriya dynasty? Because Kshatriya Raj Rishis, they have to establish the Dharma, and then you can quote the Bhagavad Gita, Raj Rishi, Evam Parampara Praptan Raj Rishyo. They have to re-establish because the principle of Dharma. So he appears in a Kshatriya. Why? Because he has to establish the Dharma. According to Vedic system, Kshatriya family is the protector of the human race. When the Supreme Personality of Godhead appeared as Lord Ramachandra, he appeared in the Surya Vans, the family descending from the sun god. And when he appeared as a Lord Krishna, he did so in a Yadu dynasty, the Yadu Vansa, whose descendant was from the moon god. 9th canto, 24th chapter of Srimada Bhagvatam, there is a long list of kings of Yadu Vans. All the kings in both the Som and Surya Vans were great and powerful, and the Maharaj Parikshit praised them very highly. Ragyan Chobya means both. Vansayanam Charitam Param Adhbhutam. All the kings on the both sides are exalted devotees and very powerful. And then he says, The Vrindavan Dham on this earth is a replica of the same abode. Oh, sorry. No, we are here. Or nevertheless, nonetheless, he wanted to hear more about Somvans because that was the dynasty in which Krishna had appeared. Same thing. The Supreme Embodied Personality of Godhead, Krishna is described in Brahma Santa as the abode of Chintamani. Chintamani Parksad Masu Kalpa Virksha Laksha Vriteshu Surabhir Abhipalayantam. The Vrindavan Dham on this earth is a replica of that same abode. As stated in Bhagavad Gita 8:20, in the spiritual sky there is another eternal nature transcendent to the manifested and unmanifested matter. The manifested world can be seen in the form of many stars and planets such as sun, moon. But beyond this is the unmanifest, which is imperceptible to those who are embodied. And beyond this unmanifested matter is the spiritual kingdom, which is described in Bhagavad Gita as supreme and eternal. That kingdom is never annihilated, although material nature is subject to repeated creation and annihilation. Their spiritual nature remains as it is eternally. The 10th canto of Srimada Bhagvatam, the spiritual nature, the spiritual world is described as Vrindavan, Golok Vrindavan or Birjadham. The elaborate description of the above mentioned shlok from the 9th canto, Jata, Gata, Pitra, Grahat, will be found here in the 10th canto. Now, what are the other reasons for Moon dynasty? Chakravarti Pad writes, in this verse, Parikshit Maharaj praises Sukdev Goswami for his previous Bhagavatam description. He did this to thank Sukdev Goswami and to encourage him to continue speaking Hari Katha. Being naturally a devotee of Lord Krishna, Parikshit Maharaj specially wanted to hear more about the wonderful glories of Krishna. Though the word Surya, the sun god, would usually come before Som, the moon god Som is mentioned first. This is because, number one, the moon god Chandra is the grandson of Brahma. This is one reason. He is grandson of Brahma. So moon is near to Brahma than sun, because sun is the sun god is son of Aditi and Kashyap. So Kashyap is also son of Brahma in that sense. But Chakravarti Pad writes, because he is the grandson of Brahma, and also he has an answer of Brahma. Because Brahma, by his partial expansion, appeared as moon god, a son of Atri and Anusuya. So Brahma himself appeared by his portion. And then again he writes, number 3, the moon god is the deity of the mind. Moon god is the deity of Chandrama Manaso Jata. So Chandra is like a heart, Chandra has influence on heart for the emotions. Moon is like on the brain, the administrator. So bhakti is with the heart, with the emotion. So this moon side is more like devotion. So moon is controlling the mind. And most importantly, the last, Sri Krishna appeared in this dynasty. So once, so there are almost 3-4 reasons in this purport why Soma is described first and what is important. Is it okay? So this is a question, so you should write at least 3-4 reasons. But the principle is Krishna appeared. Okay. Though the wonderful activities of Swayambhu and other dynasty were related in the 4th canto, they did not culminate in sweetness. However, sweetness was finally attained with the description of Krishna, who appeared in the moon dynasty, Somavansa, and Lord Rama of the sun dynasty, Suryavansa. Thus, the description of these dynasties become very prominent in Srimad Bhagavatam. The beautiful verses also quoted by Sridhar Swami. There's a very lengthy purpose. You have all this. When you have time, you can relish this. we are going further to the next verse, but before that, I think there is some description by Jiva Goswami. Jiva Goswami writes, in the list of 10 characteristics of Purana given in the 12th canto, so these 10 characteristics of a Purana are at two places in Bhagavatam, in 2nd canto and in 12th canto. So same topics are there, but with a little different, wordings. So in a 12th canto, description of the ones of Krishna is given as one topic. This was described in 9th canto. In the 2nd canto, another list of the 10 items are given. This included as a description of a Manvantar period. So in this purport by Jiva Goswami, there is something for you to do a little more study in 12th canto. What are the 10 characteristics of a Purana? In 2nd canto, we know Sarga, Visarga, Sthana, Uti, these are the 6. But similarly, there are 6 words or 10 words used in 12th canto, where the third one, Sthan, is called Vaikunta Vijay. So like that, there is a different terminology used in 12th canto for the 10 subject matter of a Purana. So according to that, the 10th canto is described as 10th canto, description of the ones of Krishna is given as one topic. So Krishna is a Ashriya Tattva. So you correlate both. Maybe tomorrow somebody should find out the 12th canto's 10 subject matter and 10th canto's, 2nd canto's 10 subject, and then you just parallel them in a equivalence. It's okay? It's a little homework? Okay. Now in Laghu Bhagavata, Laghu Vaishnava Toshnani, which means Rupa Goswami, I think. This is the way to start actually 10th canto. I surrender to Madan Gopal, Govind, king of Vrindavan, who is anxious to give mercy to the wretched. I offer respect to the Supreme Lord Krishna Chaitanya, the ocean of mercy, who appeared in Bengal to spread prema bhakti. I offer respect to Madhavendra Puri, along with his disciple. By him the desired tree of Krishna Bhakti was shown among the people. I offer respect to Sridhar Swami, the sole protector of the Bhakti, who gave a systematic commentary for the purpose of perfecting Bhakti. I offer respect to Sarvabhauma Vidya Vachaspati Bhattacharya, ornamented with all knowledge, and who was the ornament of the world, ornament of the Bengal. The word Sri, now Sri added to Raja. See, this is a word Sri Raja Vacha. So the word Sri added to Raja is to indicate the great prem of Parikshat at the beginning of recitation of Krishna's pastime. So here Sri actually means one who is blessed by Radharani. And one who is blessed by Radharani, he has a prema bhakti. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, in the mood of Radharani, came to give prema bhakti. So word Sri used with Raja to indicate his great prema, his great love for Krishna. It is conjuncted Sri Raja rather than Sri Raja. It's not Sri Raja, not Sri Raja, like Sri Guru. We say Sri Guru Charana Padma. That same Sri with the Guru means he has a deep love for Krishna. Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale. So the word added to the Sri to the Guru also in a Guru Puja, that he has taken shelter of the Radharani. And she bestowed the Prem, Krishna Prem. So that is the word Sri like that. So Sri Raja Vacha, so not Sri Raja. The king makes his request to inspire Sukdev and give him joy by showing eagerness to hear in detail the stories about Krishna and the root of all stories. So Krishna is the root of all stories. You have related the dynasty in detail, listening the sons and grandsons, not with the sole intention of telling about the birth and lives of those individuals. He uses bhavata, the other word he used bhavata, by you to show respect. Bhav means, it is a respectful word for a senior person. Bhavata means yourself, your good self. He places the word moon before sun to indicate importance of Krishna's dynasty. You have also related to the heroic deeds of the members of both dynasties. There were most astonishing deeds. For instance, the marriage of the Pururava to Urvasi and Puranjanya with his Indravaha pastime. Though you related the exploit of dynasty of Swayambhu, Manu and others starting in 3rd canto, the exploit of the sun and moon dynasty are most astonishing. For in those dynasties have appeared Ramachandra and Krishna. So what is the purport by Rupa Goswami is the dynasty of Manu in 3rd and 4th canto are also very nice. But higher than that are the dynasty of the Sun dynasty and Moon dynasty, they are higher. Why they are higher? Because there is a description of dynasty, in that dynasty Ramchandra and Krishna. So this is more and more we go deeper and deeper into the Bhagavatam, the higher taste is coming and higher topics are explained. Verse number 2. Yadoscha dharam silasya nitaram muni satam tatra ansenaha avatirnasya vishnu viryani sangnaha sangsanaha. So, best of the munis, Muni Satam. So actually this is a very nice meaning of the Muni Satam by Acharya. Muni means the knowledgeable and Satam means a devotee. Muni means knowledgeable and Satam means devotee. So Muni Satam means highly learned devotee. Because Satam means devotee. You have also described the descendant of Yadu, who were very pious. Sila, Yadu, Silasya, very pious, and strictly adherent to the religious principle. Yadu cha nitram dharma silasya. Now if you will kindly describe Sansana, means kindly describe. Na means to us, and Sansa means kindly describe the wonderful glorious activities of Vishnu or Krishna, Vishnu Viryani. So this Vishnu Viryani, we have to ultimately prove that this is Krishna. In the purport, the Vishnu Viryani has to be proved that he is Krishna, who appeared in the Yadu dynasty with Baladev. It's not Vishnu appeared, but also Vishnu appeared. So this is a very technically we have to establish that this Vishnu is Krishna. His plenary expansion tatra ansena avatirnasya. Purport. Srila Prabhupada writes Brahma Santa Ishwara Param Krishna. So he is using this verse. Prabhupada is using this verse. Why? To establish that Krishna is the source of Vishnu. Because this verse says, Ishwara Param Sachinana. So Krishna, go ahead, is the Yasyam Nivasta Kalam Atvalambhya Vilajanti Loma Vilaja Jagat Andanatha. This is another verse of Brahma Santa which says, the Brahma, the head of innumerable universes, live only for a duration of one breath of Mahavishnu. I worship Govinda, the original Lord. of whom the Mahavishnu is but a portion of plenary portions. So these verses Prabhupada quoted simply that Krishna is source of Vishnu. So Vishnu here means all pervading, but actually he is Krishna. Now we are going to even Lord Mahavishnu, who by his breathing creates many millions upon millions of universes, is Lord Krishna's Kala Vishesha. Is Kala Vishesha. Or a plenary portion of the plenary portion. Mahavishnu is a plenary expansion of Sankrishna, who is plenary expansion of Narayan. Narayan is the plenary expansion of Chaturvyu, and Chaturvyu is the plenary expansion of Baladev, the first manifestation of Krishna. Therefore, when Krishna appeared with Baladev, all Vishnu Tattva appeared with him. So, this all purport is simply to elaborate Vishnu Viryani is actually Krishna along with all his incarnation. Because Krishna includes everything. Maharaj Parishad requested Goswami to describe Krishna and his glorious activities. Another meaning may be derived from this verses as follows. Prabhupada gives the another meaning. What is that? Although Shukdev Goswami was greatest Muni, he could describe Krishna only partially, ansena. He cannot describe fully. For no one can describe Krishna fully. It is said that Anantadev has thousands of heads, but although he tries to describe Krishna with thousands of tongues, his descriptions are still incomplete. So Ansen has another meaning. Ansen has two meanings. One meaning, Krishna appeared with all his expansions. The other meaning is Sukdev only can describe portion of Krishna's pastime, but he cannot describe full. So Ansen has two meanings here. Now Chakravarti Pad writes, Yado. Yadu, first word. You have also previously described the pious nature of Yadu. Though Yadu disobeyed his father's order, because of his pure devotion, his exhaustive character is praised in 9th and 11th canto of Srimada Bhagvatam. So Yadu has disobeyed the order of his father. He did not give his youth to the Yayati. But still he is called Dharma Shilasya. So in 9th and 11th canto, Yadu is considered the most pious because of devotion. And Muni Satam. So this is the meaning I told you. Muni Satam, because the sage Muni, Sukdev Goswami, is completely knowledgeable, which means Muni, and a devotee, which means Sata. So he is a knowledgeable and a devotee. He is the chief since he has established the supreme position of bhakti. Why is Muni Satam? Because he has established the supremacy of bhakti. So anybody is called Muni Satam if he is knowledgeable and is a pure devotee to establish bhakti. Vishnu Viryani. Please describe the heroic exploit, Viryani. Heroic exploit means Viryani. Of he who has appeared, of Tiranasya, as that person whose ans is Vishnu and Vaikuntha. Say, you describe the person whose Kala Vishes is Vishnu and Vaikuntha. Another meaning, please describe the exploit partially, since it is impossible completely to describe Krishna's pastime. So, the two things. Again, Karma Sangrama. Ansena means with Balaram. The another meaning of Ansena is with Balaram. So, we have now three meaning of Ansena in this verse. Number one meaning, Sukdev can partially describe, not fully, means Ansena. Number two, Ansena means appeared Krishna with all his ansa as a Vishnu. And third is Ansena means with Balaram. Because Balaram is a primary expansion of Krishna. Laghu Vaishno Toshni writes, Yadu was filled with bhakti, dharma shilasya. Dharma means bhakti. So Yadu was filled with bhakti, dharma shilasya. Dharma means bhakti. Because it is said, Dharmo mad bhakti kirta prokta. Dharma means bhakti to me. 11th canto, 19th chapter, 27th verse. So Dharma means bhakti to Krishna. Yadu's study bhakti is described in 11th canto. Kunti also said, Yadu, you have taken birth to please King Yadu, one of your great devotees. So Yadu is a great devotee. This is described in 11th canto. And Dattatreya is speaking to Yadu about the 12, about 24 gurus, 24 guru. So there is a Yadu there described. And Yadu is also described as a great person. For his pleasure, Krishna appeared in by Kunti Maharani in first canto. Parikshit particularly mentioned Yadu because his dynasty, Yadu dynasty, become the best by appearance of Krishna, and he has in mind many questions concerning Krishna. He addresses Sukdev as the best of the sages. He is a devotee of the Lord, and better than that, he is absorbed in Krishna. So Muni Satam has three meaning here. Best, is a devotee of Lord, is absorbed in Krishna Katha. And best of all, he has an intense prem at the lotus feet of Krishna. He has intense prem. He thus indicates Sukdev's highest qualification for that what he spoke previously and what he will speak in the upcoming chapters. So Muni Satam has many, meanings according to the Acharya. He is a knowledgeable great devotee. He is completely absorbed in Krishna's pastime, and he has the deepest love for the lotus feet of Krishna, and for that he has given up his Brahmanand and studied Bhagavatam. He was already Brahma realized. So therefore he is Muni Satta. Second line of this verse, Parikshit's desire. Please describe to us the activities of Krishna, Vishnu, who appear in this world from his place known as Golok in the Yadu dynasty, Tatra, since he was a great devotee. Sridhar Swami explained that the word Ansena, Krishna as an expansion of Vishnu, has been used for the common people in assembly. Now Sridhar Swami is saying this word Ansen has the fourth dimension. And what is the fourth dimension? Because in this assembly who were listening, there were some impersonalists, there were some different followers of the different schools. So he simply wanted to say the word used here is Sridhar Swami explained that the word Ansen, Krishna is an expansion of Vishnu. Krishna is an expansion of Vishnu, has to be used for the common person in the assembly. Because normally the people think, nowadays still, they think that Krishna is the expansion of Vishnu. It's a common people. And then Prabhupada corroborated, this Goswami corroborated this in 9th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, 25th verse, says, Naham prakashati sarvasya yoga maya samavrta. Covered by my maya, I do not reveal myself to all people. It means, okay, Krishna is a Vishnu's incarnation, no problem, because he wants to be hidden from common people. The phrase can also mean the another meaning. He appeared with a nature not easily understood by all. Or it can mean he appeared along with Balaram. So Ansena means Balaram. Ansena means not easily understood by everybody. Such meanings must be given because otherwise there is a contradiction to other statement in Bhagavatam, because If we say Krishna is the expansion of Vishnu, then many other Bhagavatam quotation will be completely contradicted. Therefore, this is only the right explanation. And what are the other quotation in Bhagavatam? They are given here. Krishna revealed to the coward man his abode, which is beyond material darkness. Vishnu cannot show that. Krishna showed that 10:28:14, 10:28:17. They were amazed to see Krishna there, surrounded by personified Vedas who were offering him prayers. Also, of course, there are words Krishnastu Bhagavan Soyam. So, Krishna, to establish other meaning of the word also, is contradictory to Bhagavat's Paribhasha Sutra. Word Vishnu is used to indicate Krishna in this verse because it indicates that he has the highest position of pervasion. The meaning of Vishnu is one who is pervader. The word Vishnu means one who is pervader. So Krishna is pervaded everywhere. Please describe with excellence, chants, as if in verses of praise the greatly powerful activities of Krishna. This statement hints at the astonishing nature of Krishna's activities among the activities of all form of Lord. The word Nah is used in a plural out of respect, with great desire to hear, or out of consideration of other people listening. Or it can indicate humility to receive mercy. The Nah is used with many purposes. As a humanity, as including all hearers, is the word of respect. The word Nah also modify Vishnu, indicating Krishna, belonging to us Pandava. You know, Nah, the Vishnu was not related to Pandava. Krishna was related to Pandava. So the word Nah means us, and so therefore Vishnu is Krishna. So for Pandavas, Vishnu was not there. Krishna was their relative. Krishna was their well-wisher. So Nah and Vishnu means Krishna. Okay. There are many verses of Garga Santa there. You can refer. Gopal Champu has a great description of this matter. The notes which you have, whenever you want, you can relish. There are 25 pages of that. Any question or comment?
Suppose the word Vishnu means Vishnu Naha. Yeah?
No, it's not like that. Nah means we want to hear about the heroic action of Vishnu. So therefore we means I, Parikshat, who belongs to the Pandavas. So we want to know about the heroic activities of Vishnu, which means one who pervades everywhere, and that is Krishna, because Pandavas are related to Krishna. Therefore Vishnu and Nah means Nah here for Pandava, and Vishnu means Krishna.
Okay. Yeah.
Anybody else has any question or comment? So verse number 3. Avatirnya yado vanse bhagavan bhuta bhavanah कृतवान यानी विश्व आत्मा तानी न वेद तानी न वदह विस्तरात. Again, Tani, all those nah to us, Vad means explain, Vistrani means in detail. And Vishwa Atma, which means super soul. So the Prabhupada is starting the word Vishwatma, the super soul, the personality of Godhead Bhagavan Sri Krishna, the cause of cosmic manifestation, Bhuta Bhavan, appeared in the density of Yadu. Please tell me elaborately, Vad Vistrani, Vistrat, about his glorious activities and character from the beginning to the end of his life. Kirtavan Yani. So, Srila Prabhupada writes, Kirtavan Yani indicate that all the different activities Krishna performed while present on earth are beneficial to human society. Bhuta Bhavana. Bhuta Bhavana means beneficial for human society. The one meaning is like that. So all the Krishna's activities are for the benefit of the human society. Now Prabhupada writes his advice. If religionists, philosophers and people in general simply hear the activities of Krishna, they will be liberated. We have described several times that there are two kinds of Krishna Katha. Several times in 4th canto also Prabhupada said Krishna Katha is two, Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam. There is Krishna Katha. One is spoken by Krishna, one is spoken about Krishna. Now anyone who even slightly interested in Krishna Katha is liberated. And then there is a quotation. Kirtanad eva Krishnasya mukta sangha param braj. Last verse of Bhagavatam. If somebody glorifies Krishna, hear about glorification of Krishna, he will be immediately liberated. Simply by chanting or repeating Krishna Katha, one is liberated from contamination of Kali Yuga. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu therefore advised, Yare Dekho Tare Kaho Krishna Upadesh. This is the mission of Krishna conscious movement. Now from this verse, you make a note. In this chapter and upcoming chapter, Prabhupada has a mission of ISKCON. So this is the beginning. Last line. This is the mission of Krishna consciousness. To hear about Krishna and thus be liberated from material bondage. This is number one. Now, whenever Prabhupada writes, this is the mission of Krishna consciousness, you just make an essay. What is the mission of Krishna conscious movement according to the Prabhupada in 10th canto, Bhagavatam, 1st chapter, something like that. You compile all these together. It's very nice essay will be. Chakravarti Pad writes, Bhut Bhavan, the one meaning of Bhut Bhavan is Bhagavan Bhut Bhavan. Bhagavan means Sri Krishna. He descends to immerse the jiva in prem. Now see, this is the meaning by Chakravarti Pad of the Bhut Bhavan. Bhut means jiva. Jiva Bhuta Sanatana. Bhut means jiva. Jiva Bhuta Sanatana. And Bhavan means Bhav Bhakti. So Krishna appeared to give Bhav Bhakti to living entities. That is the meaning of Bhagavan Bhuta Bhavan. This line's meaning is very beautiful. Bhagavan Bhuta Bhavan. Then from Chaitanya Charitamrita we can say Krishna only appears to give the Raganoga Bhakti, which nobody else gave. So Bhuta Bhavan actually here means he gives the Raganoga Bhakti, pure love of God. Bhut means jiva and Bhavan means love of God. To fulfill all living entities with Bhav, Bhakti. Many verses support this point, such as Srimada Bhagvatam 9:24-64. Vakyai vikramah leelaya nirlokam ramayamasa murtayahas Sarvanga Ramaya. By his pleasing smiles, affectionate behavior, instruction, and his uncommon heroic pastime like lifting Govardhan hill, Sri Krishna appearing in his transformed body pleased all human society. Now, to explain the meaning of Bhut, Bhagavan Bhut Bhavana, the verse is quoted from 9th chapter, 24th, 9th canto, 24th chapter, 64 verse. How Krishna, pleased all living entities by his pastime and by his instruction. Srimad Bhagvatam 3:2-11 also explains how Krishna gave pleasure to human society. Avitripta drishyam nirnam, by revealing his beautiful, all attractive form. Even after tasting Krishna's sweetness, however, the people remained unsatisfied. Everyone developed a desire to constantly taste the sweetness of Krishna. Srimad Bhagavatam 11:1-6 says, Swamurtaya lok lavanya niruktaya lochan nirnam nirmuktaya lochanam nirnam. The sweetness of Krishna's beauty is still the function of all the senses. The eyes no longer desire to see any other form. Drowning them in the ocean of his beauty, Shama Sundar give them prey. So the Chakravarti Pad's mostly purport is based on Bhagavan Bhut Bhavan. That Krishna gives the love of God to the living entities by his personal presence, by his pastime, by his instruction as a Bhagavad Gita, Uddhav Gita. Now Vishwatma. There is the word Vishwatma which means super soul. Why Krishna is called Vishwatma, the super soul of entire universe, or Paramatma? Because he is the true object of love rather than the body or the other jivas. Vishwatma means he is the true object of love. This is explained in Brahma's prayers in 14th chapter of Bhagavatam. Because this is explained that Krishna is called Paramatma because he is the true object of love. Not the body is true object of love, or not the other living entities are true object of love. Only Krishna is true object of love. Therefore he is called Paramatma. Now we are going to the next verse. Oh, Laghu Bhagavat, Laghu Vaishnava Toshani writes, Bhagavan, full of all power, is protector of all beings by his mercy. So he is writing the meaning of Bhut Bhavan. Bhagavan Bhut Bhavan Jiva Rupa Goswami writes, which means Bhagavan is full of power to protect all the living entities by his mercy. Bhut Bhavan means a protector by mercy. One who protects the living entities by his mercy is called Bhagavan Bhut Bhavan. He is benefactor of all, Vishwatma. Vishwatma means Suhirda Sarvabhauma. This is the Bhagavad Gita, Suhirda Sarvabhauma, well-wisher of all devotees. Okay, verse number 4. Nivartatrishai upagiyamana bhavau shado shadashrota manobhirama kauttam shloka gunanuvada puman vrajeta vina pashu gana. This is the verse spoken by Parikshit Maharaj, actually describing who should be the speaker of Bhagavatam and what are the benefit of hearing Bhagavatam from such person and who is unqualified for that. So, and who are the qualified. So these are the four things in this verse. the qualities of a speaker, the benefit to the listeners, and who are the best listener and who are unfortunate cannot listen Bhagavad. So now the meaning is glorification of Supreme Personality of Godhead, Uttam Shlok, is performed in the Parampara system. Nivarta Trishai Upagiyamanaya. There's not as such a parampara system here, but Srila Prabhupada has used these words. In a word-to-word meaning, there's nothing like parampara system. So in a parampara, performed in this parampara system, it is conveyed from spiritual master to disciple. Such glorification is relished by those no longer interested in false temporary glorification of this cosmic manifestation. Description of Lord are right medicine for the conditioned soul, undergoing repeated birth and death. Therefore, who will cease hearing such glorification of the Lord except a butcher, Pashugnath, or one who is killing his own self, Atma? Ha. Srila Prabhupada says in India, it is a practice among the general populace to hear about Krishna either from Bhagavad Gita or from Srimada Bhagvatam in order to gain relief from disease of repeated birth and death. Although India is now fallen, when there is a message that someone will speak about Bhagavad Gita or Bhagavatam, thousands of people still gather to hear. This verse indicates, however, that such recitation of Bhagavatam or Bhagavad Gita must be done by a person completely freed from material desire. Nivarta Trishai. Nivarta means free and Trishai means material desire. Or thirst for material desire. Trishai means thirst. Thirst, he is thirsty. Everyone within the material world, beginning from Brahma down to the many insignificant ant, is full of material desire for sense enjoyment. And everyone is busy in sense gratification. But when when thus engaged and one cannot fully understand the value of Krishna Katha. So anybody who is engaged in sense gratifying activities cannot fully understand the value of Krishna Katha, either in the form of Bhagavad Gita or Bhagavatam. If we hear the glories of Supreme Person of Godhead from liberated person, this hearing will certainly free us from bondage of material activities. But hearing Srimad Bhagavatam spoken by professional reciters cannot actually help us achieve liberation. Krishna Katha is very simple. In Bhagavad Gita it is said that Krishna is Supreme Person of Godhead. As he himself explained, Mata Partram na anyat kinchid asti dhananjaya. But especially in this age, because people are interested in hearing Bhagavad Gita from unscriptural persons who depart from the simple presentation of Bhagavad Gita and distort it for their personal satisfaction, they fail to drive the real benefit. Who are they? They are big scholars, politicians, philosophers and scientists. 4. Who speak on Bhagavad Gita in their own polluted way. And people in general hear from them, being uninterested in hearing of the glories of Supreme Person of Godhead from a devotee. They completely distort the message that people become respectful to the hearing the true message. A devotee is one who has no other motive for reciting Bhagavad Gita or Bhagavatam than to serve the Lord. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu thus therefore advised to hear the glories of Lord from a realized person. Bhagavat parodiya Bhagavat sthane. Hear Bhagavatam from a devotee, a Bhagavat Purusha. Unless one is personally a realized soul in the science of Krishna consciousness, a neophyte should not approach him to hear about the Lord, for this is strictly forbidden by Sanatana Goswami. And we know this common verse. So the milk touched by the snake is poisonous, though milk is a very nourishing. One should avoid hearing from a person not situated in Vaishnava behavior. A Vaishnava is Nivrata Tirshay. There is, he has no material purpose for he has no material purpose. He has only purpose to please Krishna, to preach Krishna consciousness. So-called scholar, philosopher, politician exploit the importance of Bhagavad Gita by distorting its meaning for their own purpose. Therefore, this verse warns that Krishna Katha should be recited by a person who are Nivrata Tirshay. Sukdev Goswami epitomized the proper reciter of Bhagavad Srimad Bhagvatam, and Parikshit Maharaj, who purposefully left his kingdom and family prior to meeting death, epitomized the person fit to hear it. A good combination. The speaker Nivrata Tirshay and listener is detached from all material entanglements. He's a king, but he gave everything. He gave up everything. A qualified reciter of Srimad Bhagvatam gives the right medicine, bhav aushadhi. Aushadhi means medicine. Bhav means repeated birth and death for the conditioned soul. The Krishna conscious movement, now the second, now add into the list, mission of ISKCON, in this verse also. The Krishna conscious movement is therefore trying to train qualified preacher to recite Srimad Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita throughout the entire world, so that people in general, in all parts of the world, may take advantage of this movement and thus be relieved from the threefold miseries of material existence. This is the purpose of establishing ISKCON, second purpose in our list from this canto. The instruction of Bhagavad Gita and description of Srimad Bhagavatam are all so pleasing that almost anyone suffering from the threefold miseries of material world existence will desire to hear the glories of the Lord from these books and thus benefit on the path of liberation. Two classes of men, however, will never be interested in hearing. Now, those who are never interested in hearing, who are those? Those who are determined to commit suicide, and those determined to kill cows and other animals for the satisfaction of their own tongue. Although such person may take a show of hearing Bhagavatam at the Bhagavat Sapta, this is but another creation of karmis who cannot derive any benefit from such performance. The word Pashu Gnat is important in this connection. Pashu Gnat means butcher. Pashu means animal, Gnat means killer. So butcher, person fond of performing ritualistic ceremonies for elevation to the higher planetary system must offer sacrifice, yagna, by killing animals. Lord Buddha Dev therefore rejected authority of Veda because the mission was to stop animal sacrifice, which are recommended in Vedic ritualistic ceremonies. Then Prabhupada wrote about the Buddha Sarira Jai Jagadish Hare. Even though animal sacrifice is sanctioned in Vedic ceremonies, men who kill animal for such ceremonies are considered butchers. Butchers cannot be interested in Krishna consciousness, for they are already materially allured. So one are the butchers, and other are the Atma, the suicide. Those are suicide. What is their suicide? In the mind of those who are too attached to the sense enjoyment and material opulence, and who are bewildered by such things, the resolute determination for the devotional service of the Lord. This is the verse from Bhogekshwar Prasaktanam Taya Pahat Chetsam Vivasaya Atmika Buddhi Samadhavana Vidyate. This is the verse. Manushya Janam Paya. Now Narottam Das Thakur says, Manushya Janam Paya Radha Krishna na Bhajya Janiya Sunya Vish Khaimu. So, anyone who is not Krishna conscious and who therefore does not engage in the service of the Lord is also Pashugna. For he is willingly drinking poison, that is suicide. Such a person cannot be interested in Krishna Katha because he still has a desire for material sense gratification. He is not a Nivarta Trishna. As it is said, Trai Vargika te Purushaha Vimukta Hari Medasa. Those interested in three Varga, which means Dharma, Artha, Kam, are religious for the sake of achieving material position with which to gain better facilities for sense gratification. Such persons are killing themselves by willingly keeping themselves in the cycle of birth and death. They cannot be interested in Krishna consciousness. I think this is also a question in your question bag. Who are not going to be interested in Krishna consciousness? Are hearing Krishna Katha. So, Pashugnat and the self-suicide. Those who are interested in Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. And Narottam Das Thakur, Krishna nahi bhajiya, Radha Krishna na bhajiya. So this is the answer. Who are not interested to hear Krishna Katha. So find out the list. For Krishna Katha topic about Krishna consciousness, there must be a speaker and a hearer, both of whom can be interested in Krishna consciousness if they are no longer interested in material topics. One can actually see how this attitude automatically develops in person who are Krishna conscious. Although the devotees of Krishna conscious movement are quite young men, they no longer read materialistic newspaper, magazine and so on, for they are no longer interested in such topics, nivartarshi. These completely given up the bodily understanding of life. For topic concerning Uttama Shloka, the Supreme Person of Godhead, the spiritual master speaks and disciple hears with attention. Unless both of them are free from material desire, they cannot be interested in topic of Krishna consciousness. The spiritual master and the disciple do not need to understand anything more than Krishna, because simply by understanding Krishna and talking about Krishna, one becomes perfectly learned person. Yasmin vigyate sarvam evam vigyatam abhaveta. Mundaka Upanishad. So Krishna from within heart directly give instruction. Sarvaschaham hriday sanivishto mat sumritir jnanam upanam cha. Krishna consciousness is so exalted that one who is perfectly situated in Krishna consciousness under the direction of a spiritual master is fully satisfied by reading Krishna Katha as found in Srimad Bhagvatam, Bhagavad Gita and similar Vedic literature. Since merely talking about Krishna is so pleasing, we can simply imagine how pleasing it is to render service to Krishna. When the discourse on Krishna Katha are taking place between the liberated spiritual master and his disciple, others also sometimes take advantage of hearing these topics and also benefit. These topics are medicine to stop the repetition of birth and death. Cycle of repeated birth and death by which one takes on the different bodies again and again is called bhava or bhava roga. If anyone willing or unwilling hear Krishna Katha, his bhava roga, the disease of birth and death, will certainly stop. Therefore Krishna Katha is called bhava oshadi, the remedy to stop the repetition of birth and death. The karmi is a person attached to the material sense enjoyment generally cannot give up their material desires. But Krishna Katha is such potent medicine that if one is induced to hear Krishna Katha, Kirtan, he will certainly be freed from this disease. A practical example is Dhruva Maharaj, who at the end of his tapasya was fully satisfied when the Lord wanted to give Dhruva a benediction. Dhruva says, Swami Kirtathvasmi, Varam na yachi. My dear Lord, he said, I am fully satisfied. I do not ask for any benediction from material sense gratification. We actually see that even young boys and girls in Krishna consciousness movement have given up their long practice of bad habits like illicit sex, meat eating, intoxication, gambling. Because Krishna consciousness is so potent that it gives them full satisfaction. They are no longer interested in material sense gratification. So then this purpose, the purpose of the purpose of Krishna conscious movement, the effect of practicing Krishna conscious movement, and the practical examples given by Srila Prabhupada about the people who practice Krishna consciousness. The subject matter are there. There are more insights in this verse. King Parikshit said to Sukdev Goswami, writes, there's a one hands up. Some question there? Abhirupamati?
Yes, Prabhu, we have one question. How does we perceive this?
What? How does it?
The liberated soul perceives this. Krishna Katha, how the liberated soul can perceive.
I think the full question is, in the beginning of this canto, the medicine is described, which is good for the conditioned soul undergoing repeated birth and death. What is that medicine? How does the liberated soul perceive? It's about the medicine.
Oh, how does liberated soul perceive this? I think this is a manobhirama. Is it blissful for a liberated soul? And so there are three persons who can listen. The karmi's ear gives a pleasure to the ear. If a gyani hear this, it gives pleasing to the mind. But when a liberated soul hear this, it is a blissful. It is giving a bliss or ecstasy to the soul. So there are three people, they get the effect of medicine. The liberated soul become this will come here. Still there is a, here it is written. See, Nivarta Trishai, by taking the medicine of hearing Krishna's pastime, one extinguishes. No, I have to read from here. King Parikshit said to Sukdev Goswami, I am a tiny jeev bound up by the disease of material life. How can I stop drinking the great medicine of Krishna's pastime recited by you, who are the best of the doctors endowed with the great fortune? With this intention, Parikshit Maharaj speaks this verse. Trishai means thirst. Trishna, or attachment for material enjoyment. And Nivarta Trishai, by taking medicine of hearing Krishna's pastime, one extinguishes Nivarta, the thirst, Trishna, for material life. This is the another meaning of Nivarta Trishai. So Nivarta Trishai can be used for two purposes. For a speaker, he has no material desire. And for a listener, when he hears Krishna Katha, he will be free from material desire. So Nivarta Trishai is used for both. Speaker is Nivarta Trishai, and by hearing Krishna Katha, the listener will also become Nivarta Trishai. Nivarta means free, Trishai means from the thirst for sense enjoyment. Nivarta Trishai indicate pure devotee. So Nivarta Trishai pure, not a gyani. Because of use of present tense, that the prefix upa in the upagiya manat. Gyani meditate, but they do not chant Krishna's glories. So upagiya manat means singing. So Gyanis never sing and dance. So it's not there. The Gyanis are not never Trishai. Liberated pure devotees continuously glorify the practice of hearing Krishna Katha over the gyaan and other purposes. Upagiya manad, upa indicate intense or continuous glorification. In other words, we loudly praise this medicine as it has cured us of all disease. What more can be said about tasting it? You, Sukdev, are the taster. Bhavoshadi. Who could stop drinking the sweet topic of Krishna, which are like medicine? to cure the disease of material existence. In other words, those who get the opportunity to hear the pastime of Krishna will not stop listening because it cures them of the disease of material existence. Shrota means listener, because such topics are pleasing the mind, manobhiramat. Neither the speaker of Krishna Katha nor the listener tries to hearing about Krishna. Manobhiramat. Unlike other medicine, this medicine does not have a bitter taste. Therefore, Parikshit says, Manobhiramat, Krishna Katha, gives great pleasure to the ears and mind. Therefore, drink the nectar of Bhagavatam with both your ears and mind. Pashugnath, only person involved in killing animals, in sacrifice with a longing to attain celestial enjoyment on Swargalok, will not listen to these topics. Srimad Bhagavatam also contains Aya Jayat Dharma Sutam. Those who seeking Dharma Artha Kam have no taste for the name, qualities and so they are also killing themselves. They have no attraction for the pastime of all attractive Madhusudan Krishna. Another meaning is, who would give up drinking the topic of Krishna that are recited by Sri Guru, even liberated so loudly glorify the Supreme Lord, Krishna. Only those desiring wealth, material enjoyment, should stop hearing about Krishna. Thus Parikshit Maharaj said that only killer of animal would stop hearing Krishna Katha, no one else. Jiva Goswami writes, he gives the general glorification of topic in the text. In the next verse, he becomes more particular. And Rupa Goswami writes, one should not doubt my eagerness for such an elaborate description. That is the expressed in this verse. Upagiyamanad. Lord's qualities are glorified by liberated soul profusely, or as the highest in nature, Upa. For by constantly singing the Lord's glories, one attains the highest bliss as supreme result. The liberated souls are both Jnanis and Shuddha Bhakta. They are the Jivan Mukta, living on earth, and also person living in a spiritual realm with Salokya, Sarishti, Sarupya and Samipya. It means these are all liberated souls. They also relish Krishna Katha because they get the highest bliss. An example is Sukdev himself. He was a liberated soul, already Brahma realized, but Krishna Katha has attracted him. So liberated souls get highest bliss, even higher than Brahma Ananda. Therefore they are attracted by Krishna Katha. These tasks give complete bliss to the ear by sound and the mind by meaning. So Shrot Manobhirma, Shrot means ear. It gives pleasure to ear when we hear, and it gives peace to peacefulness to mind when we know the meaning. With mind by meaning. However, there is another type of person besides the desire of liberation and material enjoyment. There are two types. Listener of Bhagavad Katha are either they desire liberation or they want material enjoyment. They both get benefit. The person desiring bhakti also is there. He is superior to the last two types. The first type, the liberated person, that is highest, is naturally attracted. And fourth type of person, he who desires bhakti, is also qualified for hearing. Thus, hearing the topic of Lord are for sadhak and siddha. So, hearing for sadhak, those who want liberation, and these liberated are already siddha. The devotees who practice and who perfect. It is a good for both, for the practitioner and also for the perfect. Who would not be satisfied with a repeated topic of famous Uttam Shlok, Lord's qualities, such as his eternal and unlimited affection and generosity? The bliss of Lord's pastime appearing in the mind of first type. First type means liberated. Liberated get the, this is your answer. The bliss of the Lord's pastime appearing in the mind of first type, liberated soul. That is the liberated. With great bliss with then Brahma, they get the highest bliss than Brahma. Out of intensity, transform into the song, and they sing. This shows the predominance of singing of Lord's glories in the perfected soul. These persons are pointed out first because of their perfect position. ये सिद्ध है. 7 बज गए. My God, 4 श्लोक भी नहीं है, 13 कर रहे हैं. Those desiring liberation or material enjoyment are not considered perfected, since the pastime do not make their appearance spontaneously in their mind. They become absorbed in the pastime because the topics give relief from the misery. Liberated people get bliss, and those who are practitioner, they get relief from the miseries, and they get happiness. This is a second group. By having a predominance of hearing, these persons are less qualified than first. For those desiring liberation, the topic appear in the mind as a sadhan for attaining higher goal of liberation and give pleasure to the ears and mind because of the topic's nature. But for those desiring material enjoyment, the topic appear in the mind simply for pleasure of the ear and mind. So the karmis can also hear Bhagavatam. It gives pleasure to the ear and mind. Those who are interested, gyani can hear Bhagavatam for liberation. They will be free from the miseries and they get some happiness. The liberated person, when they hear, they get higher bliss. So all three get benefit. So there are three types of the list in the scripture. In the list, the order may be from the, say, higher is the liberated, then is the one who needs liberation, and third is the karmi. So bhakta and bhakt is also there.
So there is 4, right? You are reading. Where is this from?
Sorry?
This text that you are reading, where is this from?
This is given to you. This is the Rupa Goswami's Brihad Bhagavad, not this is Laghu Bhagavad Toshani.
I see. But this is, I think, I don't know, how do we get this from here? I don't think I have this file.
Laghu Vaishno Toshani.
I see.
You don't have it?
Can you please share this file with us?
I think somebody has this.
We already have it. It's in the Srimada Bhagvatam with the commentary of 3 acharyas.
3 acharya in that, yes.
So, Hare Krishna Prabhu, so just briefly, so the karmis, they hear because for their own pleasure, the gyanis because they want inquisitive and they want to, sort of...
They want to get freedom from misery as they want happiness.
And the liberated souls because they want to enjoy the nectar, the ecstasy, manobhiramat, and then those who want bhakti, right?
Yeah, there are 4 in this purport. When you read Laghu Vaishno Toshani, there are 4. First is liberated, second is bhakta, third is the interested in liberation, fourth is karmi. Siddha and sadhak. There are liberated, which is liberated. Then there are 3 in category of sadhak: karmi, gyani and bhakta. They are practitioner. They all get benefit. I am sorry, I am too slow today. Only we have covered 4 verses It's still not complete, but there is a pandal program. They are waiting. I have to be there by 7. I told them I'll come by 7:15 or something. So I don't know. We have to complete up till 13 verses today. So tomorrow, how can we do marathon? Let's try. The word
For this
Puma.
section, Prabhu, it's impossible. It's impossible to do 13. For this section, I think 13 verses 2 hours is impossible.
Anyway, we will go slow, no problem. Let's see. I'm also traveling all through. I don't know, someday I may be, say that this is my life. I have to move. There's the word Puman. Any man used in this verse, this means that others such as dependents, women, eunuchs, or person with disabilities do not be able to engage so freely in spiritual practices. Or men are mentioned because they predominate. Or Puman can refer to Jeev. Thus topic of Lord are for everyone. So Puman means everybody can take advantage if they like, except the Pashu Garat. Vina Pashu Garat, only the animal killer is not attracted to Lord's topic because of no interest and goal in the life or the next. Since he is completely involved in living, in giving suffering to others, then the verse quoted by Rupa Goswami is Rajaputra Chira Jiva Ma Jiva Muni Putraka Jivo Va Maro Va Sadhvo Vyathama Jivama Mara. You know this verse is quoted here. Okay, now the 5 to 7 verses, this describe actually the eagerness of Parikshata based on the other reasons. Why you want to hear Krishna Katha? Because 3 reasons in this verse, and these 3 reasons are: he protected my dynasty, he protected he is my only protector. And third verse, he alone bestow final goal to all those with material bodies. So this verse has 3 goals. Why to hear Bhagavatam? Why to hear Bhagavatam? Why I want to hear Krishna Katha? Because he gave protection to the Pandava in Mahabharata war. First verse. He protected my body in the womb of Uttara. Second reason. Third reason, he alone, third verse, verse number 7. He alone bestow final goal on all those with material bodies. So we are today ending it here. Tomorrow, Krishna so desire, we will start in time and continue further. About speaker and listener in Bhagavad Mahatma and Skanda Purana, it says there are Krishna Arthi speaker, Krishna Arthi listener. Speaker is in love of Krishna, listener is love of Krishna, then the Krishna Prem manifest. Best combination. If the speaker is Krishna lover, but the listener is a materialistic, then there is no Krishna Bhakti, never manifest. Third set, a speaker needs material benefit and listener needs Krishna Prem. There is no result. So Krishna Arthi, Dhana Arthi. These are the 2 types and 3 combinations. 1 combination is best and 2 combinations are worst. And there is no result. Hare Krishna. Any question or comment? And I think we are too slow, but see tomorrow if we can make a little more speed.
You mentioned about Ila, but was it in connection with Ila only, which refer to the daughter of that we discussed initially?
What about Illa?
Ila, we mentioned Ilavarth verse and you connected it to Ila.
No, the name of that, this Sudamanu, when she become girl, she was named Illa. And Buddha had a Gandharva marriage with her, and then Purura was born, the Bal. So the name of Sadamanu become Illa at that time.
Yeah, that is there. That's there in 9th canto. Is it anything to do with Ilavarth verse, name of Bharat verse?
Could be because he changed his sex in Ilavarth verse. Then maybe she may be called Illa. I don't know exactly. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah.
कल जल्दी ले सकते हैं पूछना 5:30.
We can start 5 o'clock tomorrow. I don't know if it is possible for all. So we can start a little earlier because we have to give our full time. And I am thankful for the group for this new machine for using for teaching. The old machine become old like me, but I am still continuing. My machine expired. So new machine, I think our Ajay has inspired the devotees, and Sohail Gaur has somehow managed to give me with the things. Now things are going nicely. So thank you very much for all the devotees who presented this for presentations for pleasure of Srila Prabhupada. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna devotees.
Hare Krishna.
See you tomorrow. Hari Bol.
Recording stopped.
Hare
Hare Krishna.